Hello, I'm Tom Bailey, and in today's episode, I'll be getting to know Molly Ann Luna, who is a life and business strategist for the Freedom Focused Entrepreneur and is also a speaker and the host of the online business clinic for entrepreneurs. So, Molly Ann, hello, and a very warm welcome to today's episode.
Oh, thank you so much, Tom. It's a pleasure to be on the show.
I really appreciate you being here. And whereabouts are you in the world right now?
Yes, so I am in sunny Las Vegas.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And let me just now jump into the subject of Molly Ann a little bit more before we get started. So interesting, Molly Ann is also a US Army veteran and former certified financial advisor who kicked the corporate world to the curb. She helps her clients to pivot into their purpose, create passive income streams, and build true wealth by using intelligent online marketing strategies. The title for today's episode is How to Step Up and Turn Your Expertise into Online Income. And Molly Ann is going to show us how to do that in just 7 minutes. So, question number one for you today, Molly Ann, is who are your ideal clients?
So, my ideal clients are service based business owners who have a heart of gold, a
Hmm.
strong work ethic, who are family focused, and who want to serve on a deep level.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Very specific. And what is the typical biggest challenge that they face?
The biggest challenge most of my clients face is that they are constantly struggling with the pressure of financially providing for those they love
Yeah.
and equally finding enough quality time to be with their family. And the biggest problem that they're having is that they think oftentimes because they are service-based business owners, because they
Hmm.
pour their heart into their work, that the answer is to get more clients. But all that
Yeah.
ends up doing is tying up all of their time.
Got it. Yeah, it makes complete sense. And other than tying up all of their time, what's typically the big impact that this has on either their life or their business?
Yeah, so the biggest impact that I see with my clients who are just serving in the one-to-one model is that
Hmm.
their time is completely all tied up. They hit an earning ceiling because after all, there are
Yeah.
only so many hours in the day.
Hmm.
And depending on what type of service you're providing, there is typically, an industry cap for what you can charge or what people are willing to pay you
Yeah.
for that service within that hour. So the biggest impact that it's really seen, well, yes, there's that financial cap, there's that tied up time that they no longer have, but I'm also seeing it then trickle down through the generations by not having that quality time to spend with their families and just seeing that um, uh, it's not intentional neglect, but family, the strain on the family
Of
for
course.
generations to come. And that
Yeah.
doesn't sit well with me at all.
No, no, I completely understand. And let's think of somebody sat there listening to this podcast and they're really resonating with this message. What is the one piece of advice that you'd give them to really get started on this journey in the right direction?
Yeah. So, the one piece of advice I would give to you who's listening, who's like, yes, that's me. I'm a service based
Hmm.
business owner. I really care for my clients, but I also deeply care for my family, is that I would encourage you to explore options and ways for you to actually leverage your expertise online. So,
Yeah.
even if you are working in a really intimate one on one service capacity where you feel like, well, I can't shift to the one to many. I want to
Hmm.
invite you to be thinking about the entire customer journey from
Yeah.
beginning when they first meet you to their entire transformation, and be thinking about maybe what are some of the aspects that might be able to be automated. And I will challenge you. I'd really
Hmm.
I work with a vast number of industries, and nearly every single industry can find something, a part of the customer journey experience that can be automated and leveraged online.
Okay, I think you've hooked a few people in. So let's think of those people that really want to go on this journey and take that first step towards automation or simplification. What's one resource that you might offer them to really help them get started?
Yeah, so the one resource that I can offer you is that I actually have an all new masterclass online training, and it's called Pivot into Online Profit, where we break down some old paradigms. And I share with you my signature method called the PIP method, where
Hmm.
it really helps you to start thinking about what are those areas of your customer journey that you can be leveraging in the online space. So you can actually access that masterclass training by just heading to pivotintoonlineprofit.com.
Great. So that's pivotintoonlineprofit.com. I'll put that link into the show notes below this episode. So you can click that and you can dive right into that masterclass. Amazing. So just slightly off topic for a second then. What would you say is your greatest failure that you've ever made either in life or business, and what did you learn from it?
Yeah, so many failures in my life
Hmm.
and business, that's for sure. But the number one thing that sticks out to me is my old paradigm of believing that there is a conveyor belt of success. So I
Yeah.
come from Midwest America, and I was really raised with the mentality of go to school, get a good job, work hard, save hard, and then you'll build true wealth. And during my time in corporate America, I actually found that to not be the case. While I had the fancy job title, while I had the year-end bonuses and all of the perks that come with working in corporate America, the thing that I missed the mark on for myself was that even though someone else was paying, signing my paycheck,
Hmm.
I had the mentality of I'm an employee versus I'm in charge of my own economic destiny and of
Got
my
it.
own, lifestyle choices. And so the biggest failure at that time was not seeing myself as an economic product on the open market, and to just really showing up and doing the bare minimum. And I didn't
Mm.
do the bare minimum. I'm a
Yeah.
great worker.
Yeah.
But one of my business mentors had said, you know what a job stands for? It actually stands for just over broke. And I think
Hmm.
that's true, and not just finances, but also in mentality. If you're only
Yeah.
showing up and only clocking in for your 9 to 5, you're only going to get so far.
Yeah.
And I would say that that season of my life would have been my biggest failure, because I so desperately wanted a job in corporate America. I thought it was the answer. And when I got the job, my ego was elated, but my soul was completely deflated. And I did not listen to that inner calling within myself. And I really paid for it for a long
Yeah.
time.
What an amazing realization. I'm sure there's a lot of people sat on that fence right now. Which way do I go? Do I stay in the corporate world? Do I make the leap? Yeah. What was there a decision you had to make at some point to make that leap?
Yes,
Yeah.
the decision had to be made. And I kind of wish there was some sort of an external factor that really helped me make that decision. But ultimately, it was just that I had to get really real with myself and say,
Yeah.
like, this really isn't the life for me. And honestly,
Hmm.
Tom, at that time, I didn't know what the answer was. And I courageously, or if you want to put it as crazily, just took the leap of faith
Yeah.
and like left everything behind in pursuit of my next endeavor. And while that's what I did, and thankfully it worked out for me, it's not necessarily what I would recommend. I would, if I was going to give any advice, I would
Hmm.
say take more of like a monkey bar approach, where
Yeah.
you still can hold down that job, but give yourself the what do I want to say, the opportunity to explore what else is out there for yourself.
Yeah, yeah, fantastic advice. Thank you so much. And the last question from me today is, what is the one question that I should have asked you that will also give some great value to our audience today?
Yeah. So, as a certified financial advisor in corporate America, I helped people build their financial wealth. And I was really caught up in the mentality of work hard, save hard, you're going to build wealth. So, the one
Hmm.
question that I think would be great to ask me is, well, what is true wealth and what do we do to achieve it? And while we could talk about that for at least an hour
Hmm.
straight, the short answer to that is that true wealth is there's like 13 different categories of it, right? Health,
Hmm.
relationships, spirituality, and at the very, very last of all of that is money. And that's not
Yeah,
to say that money isn't important, because it is. Money is important. As Napoleon Hill says in his book, Think and Grow Rich, money is the yardstick that measures the quantity and quality of service that you rendered.
got
It's
it. Yeah.
important, but true wealth is being able to have both lifestyle and financial freedom. And the one thing that I wish I would have known back in my time in corporate America is that the key to achieving true wealth is actually by leveraging your expertise and by creating multiple streams of income. And fingers crossed, a few of those are at least passive streams of income that you do a
Yep.
little bit of work up front first, and then it generates you money on the back end so that you can ultimately get your time back and be able to spend it with those that you love most.
Thank you so much. Such great advice in such a short amount of time. So, Molly Ann, thank you so much again for your time today. I really enjoyed getting to know you.
Thank you, Tom. It was a pleasure.